I'm live. Okay, hold on. Let me adjust my job interview clothes. Okay, so I started a broadcast this morning about jobs and job service here in Sierra Vista, Arizona, and I got interrupted. So after my phone call, I went ahead and went down to the job services. There's a great place in Sierra Vista for those of you that are Sierra Vista residents, or even in the surrounding area. And I don't know if all Goodwills have these, but our Goodwill here in Sierra Vista has a job center where they have computers, they help you write a resume, they get you on Indeed, and if you know specifically what you're looking for job-wise, they will help you find it. I walked in on Friday. I let them know that I wanted to be originally I had wanted to be a truck driver, but because I couldn't accommodate the 2 months I needed for Swift when it came to my daughter and her having adult supervision, my next alternative was driving a bus. So I went in on Friday. I let her know I wanted to drive a school bus. She got me onto the website I needed to be on. And that evening I got a call for an interview. So the job center for Goodwill she also helped me. She also let me know they were hiring there for a store associate, and set me up with a few other places that were hiring for drivers as well. So all that being said, it's an excellent resource for people who are looking for employment. Like it's a room full of computers. It gets a little bit busy. Today was Monday, and there was probably 4 other people in there with me today. Now I stayed from 9 till 12. They open at 9 a.m. and at 12, I don't know if she goes to lunch and comes back, but I think that might be the schedule, 9 to 12. I'm not sure. Anyhow, you might want to check for yourself. Google it. Goodwill Job Center, Sierra Vista, Arizona. It's right there on Fry Blvd, and it's right after Coronado. Right before Coronado. I don't know. It's right there. Frick. It's right across the street from Safeway. Yes, right across the street from Safeway. Needless to say, if you're from here, you know where it is. Denny's is in the parking lot. Denny's is not in the parking lot. Denny's is its own building, but it's in the same parking lot. Why do I get stuck on technicalities? Anyhow, so if you want to go to the Goodwill, see, these are all the jobs I applied for like today. And then plus I added some other ones I applied for through Indeed. And Indeed not only helps you write a resume, but they also let you take these cool little assessments. So for mine, like I have my GED, I have my alcohol and other drug counseling studies. I'm a graduate, mental health rehabilitation technician. I'm a graduate, but I took these assessments and I got highly proficient in delivery driver, interpreting instructions, reading maps, and solving problems. Proficient in vehicle maintenance, knowledge of vehicles, vehicle maintenance and repairs, mechanical skills monitoring, proficient, monitoring machine indicators to determine appropriate functioning, attention to detail, proficient, identifying differences in materials, following instructions, and detecting details among distracting information. I took some others, I thought. I think another one I took was verbal communication. Was also highly proficient, believe it or not. Yes. Oh, that's the one I finished right before I left, was the verbal communication, and I scored highly proficient. And it goes from a scale of I don't remember what the lowest one is, but the highest one is expert, and proficient is right in the center. So like There's one of them I took. Numerical. I took one numerical reasoning. Like reasoning skills, I have good reasoning skills, but when it comes to like math other than algebra, I'm like, screw you. I love algebra, but math other than algebra, no. I still count on my fingers, like no lie. I have to count on my fingers unless it's 2s, 5s, or 10s. Yeah, I still have to count on my. You'll see me like. Yeah. Or I use the domino method, what I call the domino method, like in my mind. I'll see like 6 minus whatever, or 18 minus whatever. Then I'll use the dominoes like and count them like 16, 15, 40, 30, 12, 11, 10. I still count with fingers and dots and objects like we did in kindergarten. So yeah, I just got what was the score for that? I can't remember what it said. It wasn't proficient. It was something else. Anyway, doesn't matter. You go on to the Arizona Department of Motor Vehicles, and you can, let's see. I'm going to cover these up because I really don't need everyone to see my, but you can print out your, your driving record from the, because you have to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, ADOT, Arizona Department of Transportation website. You can get your non-certified. It's Arizona 39-month uncertified driver's license record, and that's for any actions that have been taken against your license. That costs $3, though. That's not free, but you can print anything you need. You can fax anything you need. I faxed an application and my driving record to Slick's Shuttle. Yeah, you can get it done over there. Like seriously, fax whatever you need. Get onto Indeed job, the Indeed website, and you can take all kinds of assessments for proficiency and whatnot. I also applied for the last job I applied for was case manager, I think, right here at Good Neighbor Alliance, which is a homeless shelter, I believe. And they had me take an assessment in case management as well. So I took that assessment, and I think that was highly proficient or proficient, one of the two. But I did study in my alcohol and other drug counseling studies we had record keeping and documentation, case management. We had all that stuff. We had pharmacology, theory. We had obviously counseling, actual counseling. What else? It's a great place. They got computers. They got fax. They got a copy machine. They got a printer. They can print whatever you need. You can look for jobs no matter friggin' what the flip you're looking at. It doesn't have to be on Indeed. It can be on the internet, anywhere. That's how I printed up the Slick Shuttle one. They didn't have that on Indeed or on the Goodwill website. That was something I had to independently look up, but I was able to print it. I think that's it. They also offer tax services at the job center. So when you're filing your taxes later on in the year, they also do the census. If you're interested in filling out this or participating in the census, they also do that there. That is the job center, the Goodwill in Sierra Vista on Fry Blvd. And it's a great place to go. The lovely young lady that's been there both times I've gone, she's very sweet. She's very helpful. And you meet a lot of interesting people. Everyone's there looking for a job. Some are looking more actively than others. I was actually sitting there while I was filling out an application, and someone responded like 3 seconds later. I hadn't even finished. I was considering putting in my call center experience, and right when I was about to do that, a call center called me back. So, yeah. Let's see, they're all the way in Douglas, but he was saying that they have people from Sierra Vista that go out here, or from Sierra Vista that go out there. He was willing to have me in tomorrow for an interview and hired and ready to go. Start training tomorrow, but I haven't heard back from him. So, and that would be in Douglas every day. The only problem with that is that my daughter would be here and have to get her dinner. I'd have to prepare her dinner before I left. Yeah. And she'd have to walk home from school, let me know she got here, motivate herself to get her homework done, eat her dinner. And then I'd be home right around when she'd be going to bed. Well, actually, that's right around when I would normally be going to bed, and she would be normally shutting down all the electronics and preparing to sit in her room. Anyhow, or whatever it is she does when she finishes with her electronics. Needless to say, it's a great opportunity. It's a nice place. They've got great people in there. A nice young lady nice young lady, not running the place, but she supervises the job center and assists you with everything. She's very knowledgeable. She knows what the heck she's talking about. I almost said F. Like I said, I do have an interview with the school district on Wednesday. I'm hoping. I do have facial piercings, and that I haven't been in the workforce for 10 years. I've been a dislocated homemaker. My last job, I couldn't perform my duties anymore, not only because of medical reasons, but because I had an incorrect diagnosis and I was doing things at work that were distracting me from my duties, along with not showing up because of medical reasons. But those are no longer concerns or issues of mine. I'm much better, in much better of a mental state and much better of a independence status. Does that make sense? I'm at a much higher self-sufficiency level. I was actually living with other people and relying on someone else's transportation and going through CPS stuff at that time. I had way too much going on for me to work. And so since then, I just haven't been back into the workforce. So I was dislocated for medical reasons and mental health reasons and personal situation reasons. It's tough when you're out of the job force for this long because people look at your resume or your application and they're like, oh, you haven't worked for 3 years? We're not even interested. I mean, we want someone who's had some sort of job experience in the past 3 years. And that to me is ridiculous. Like, how can you discriminate? Just because almost every place I've applied has told me that. Not here, but before I came here, they would all tell me, if you don't have job experience within the past 3 years, we're not accepting applications from anyone that doesn't have job experience from the last 3 years. And so discrimination like a mug, if you ask me. I did, however, apply for Bennett's. I applied for a tow truck driving job, which would be totally awesome. Like, I know I'm a tiny little thing, but I'm a lot more fit and stronger than people think I am. I think tow truck driving would be an awesome job. At Barnett's Towing, we'll see if I hear back from them. I don't know if they're still hiring. They were urgently hiring when was it Barnett's or Napa's? I think it was Napa. Needless to say, I have a good driving record. I don't have any DUIs. I don't have any moving violations. I think I have one speeding ticket, possibly from like a bazillion years ago, and that was because my car was breaking down. I was in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't want to be stranded there because people drove through like once every 3 days. And I'd have been starving to death and on the side of the road. Okay, Highway Patrol probably would have found me, but still, the whole point is I was just trying to get back. So my car was not stranded out there before it broke down all the way. Anywho, yeah, great opportunity. I just want to drive. And I want to be able to support myself and take care of myself. And it's exciting to actually get out there and be doing things again. And I'm not as nervous and I'm not as inept as I thought I was, which is also a relief. I do get anxiety. More so, I think it was in California a lot more so because of my situation and because the people around there were always, it seemed like they were always vouching for the other party in my custody case, and unfairly and dishonestly. So it was very difficult for me to do anything outside of my home because people would take account of events that really didn't happen or happened in a different way, or they were just very dishonest out there because it was a very small town. They all knew each other and they all knew the opposing party in my custody case. And they all stood for him, and they should all be just as liable and held as just as responsible as he should be, quite frankly, because they affected my children's lives, not just my child's life out there while we were out there and my life, but my other children's lives out here. My son did commit suicide, and I have still, as of yet, to know exactly what happened there. And I do honestly believe I would have been home had Jeffrey Martin Miller not intervened in my right to parent. I would have been home in Arizona long before I ever came back, which was just recently in November. So that being said, it's nice to get out and be able to interact with people and know that I'm still able to do so. Like I said, it was that for a while, I can only tolerate a certain amount of interaction with people. And I think that's because I just really don't know what to expect and how to have conversations, except for with people that I'm familiar with. So like with my mom and dad, when they came to see me, it was easy. I mean, and if I don't have anything to talk about, it's my parents. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, just stuff your face. And then if they say something I don't like, I mean, it's just the usual, like, and then keep stuffing your face. And so I don't know. If I'm not familiar with you, I don't really know how to carry a conversation or what to converse about. But I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. I'm not getting overwhelmed. I'm not getting overstimulated. I'm not always knowing what to expect. And sometimes I'm kind of just out there doing whatever happens as it happens, which is odd for me because I love spontaneity only because I like spontaneity, but I don't like spontaneity. It all depends. I think it all depends on what area of my life it's regarding. Needless to say, I don't know. I'm just kind of biding time right now. I got to go pick my daughter up from school at 3:30, and I'm excited to get out there and work soon. I hope. I really hope. My job interview is Wednesday, and if this guy calls me back, if this gentleman calls me back from this call center, that's 11 to 8 p.m. every day, and that's work. He said if I could get in for the interview, then I could start class that day, which would be tomorrow. And that would be awesome, and I could carpool with someone else. But that is in another city from here. It's in Douglas, and Douglas is probably about an hour away from here, I think. I don't know. Anyways, I just want to get my ass out there so I can work and so I can get a car and so I can pay my phone bill before they turn it off, because I stupidly went and paid my phone bill and my internet bill from California. My internet bill from California was Spectrum. They don't have, or Time Warner. They don't have cable service or internet service out here. Time Warner and Spectrum, at least not in this area. And so that's who my mobile carrier is as well, is Spectrum Mobile. So if you had Spectrum Internet, you could get Spectrum Mobile and you get $20 off your bill. Well, I closed my Spectrum Internet account and I still had an outstanding balance of $70.99, which was the last month's service. But because I was moving and I had to turn everything on over here, I couldn't afford, because I am on a very limited income, I couldn't afford to pay that bill and come over here and turn the internet on here. But I needed internet. I have to have internet. So this month, my phone bill is $104 because I pay my service bill plus I pay a payment on my phone, because this is a $600 phone I could never even dream of owning except for Spectrum Mobile. They let me pay $15 a month, or no, $25 a month. Yeah, they let me pay $25 a month on this phone. So, and that's what I was doing for my daughter. I had bought her an iPhone 6S or an iPhone 6. That's the one that the police won't let me report stolen, and Jeffrey Martin Miller never gave back. But I'm still paying for that one too, $15 a month. But I don't pay this phone service. I had it blacklisted as temporary disconnected, temporarily deactivated or some shit. But I couldn't afford insurance at the time, and so I don't have any way to replace it. So, and I can't even report it stolen, which is dumb. Indiana police said it was taken for disciplinary measures. That's bullshit, because if a teacher takes a student's phone, they have to return it because it still belongs to the parent or to the child, and it's not property that they can just decide to keep for disciplinary action. They can't do that. This is a $350 iPhone, and they've let this motherfucker rob me and control me so many times and get away with it and abduct my child and then turn around and accuse me of child abduction of my own kid when he's not any blood relation. He's not the father. He's never been my boyfriend, never cohabitated with me, and never been married to me. And this man got custody of my kid. And he's a convicted sex offender against minors. Convicted narcotics registrant. A repeat offender. So he had to register as a narcotics offender. And also robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, all kinds of violent crimes against other people. Like, seriously. And people are wondering why I was going crazy. This man is obviously a very violent man, as per his record and as per my experience with him myself. He stabbed me in the foot. He punched me in the nose. He body slammed me in the park. This motherfucker was crazy. Anyways, that being said, where was I before I squirrel? This wonderful world of CPTSD. Any and everything can be a trigger, and will trigger a conversation about what the flip happened to you and how appalled you are by the situation. And it's annoying. So that being said, again, what the heck was I talking about? Crap. I don't know. I just need a car. I need a car. I want to be able to take care of myself. I want to be able to take care of my daughter. I want to give us the things we need, not just the things we want, not just the things we need. It really sucks because I have to, like, oh, they paid the wrong fucking phone bill. Excuse my language. For those of you that might be offended. I'm not abusing anyone, so get over it. Spectrum Mobile, yeah. I had two apps on my phone. The Spectrum Mobile app, which pays my phone bill, and then the Spectrum app, which was my internet account. I never took the internet app off. And so when I was in a rush trying to, with the very last of my money, I had to pay the internet here. I had to pay my phone bill. Those were the last two things I had to do. So I pay the internet, except for $20 because I have to do laundry. So I paid almost the whole internet bill. And then I paid $70.99 on my flicking old internet bill in California instead of my Spectrum Mobile account, which is my phone, which means my phone might be turned off before I'm able to pay it. I hope not, because it's $104. And rather than paying the telephone bill, I paid the internet. That was not even an active account anymore and was just a past due amount from when I relocated. But it was Spectrum, and I opened the wrong app, and I paid the wrong bill. Way to pay attention to detail. God. So I'm just going to cross my fingers on that one. If there's a God above, I hope he's got my back. I hope. That being said, I gotta get ready to pick up my kiddo. Yeah. I know, right? I will. All right. I gotta go, though. Thank you for watching. Like I said, a great place to go if you're looking for a job and you are in the Cochise County, Arizona area. There is a great job center at the Goodwill on Fry Blvd. That's all the advice I have for today. Thank you for watching, and everyone have a lovely day. Goodbye. Thank you, YouTube.